Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm really excited because we're going to be doing a declutter series. So today is the first of a few videos to come. We are going to be covering primers, foundations, concealers, setting powders, and setting sprays today. So we do have a lot to cover, but I'm really excited to go through all of my makeup with you guys and just get rid of stuff that I am not using anymore, stuff that is old and expired and just needs to be thrown away. So yeah, that is going to be today's video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
All right, we are going to start off with primers. As you can see, I have a lot of primers. I feel like I'm kind of like a primer hoarder. I don't know what it is, but I have just accumulated so many primers over the years. And I have a hard time letting go of them because, I don't know, I like primers for whatever reason. I just like trying different ones. I like having a variety of different types of primers, like blurring primers, glowy primers, mattifying primers, pore filling primers, that kind of thing. So yeah, I do have a lot. I'm not really sure how much I'm going to get rid of here. I know a couple for sure that I'm going to declutter, but I may end up keeping a lot of these. Okay, starting off with this one here from Yensa. This is the Tone Up Primer. I haven't really used this one much, maybe only a couple times, so I do want to keep it so I can, get more use out of it because I don't even remember my thoughts on it. It's been a while since I've used it, so we're going to keep. I feel like this Pixie one I'm going to declutter. I don't know. I just have a lot of glowy primers and glowy products that I feel like I never reach for this one, and there's just other ones that I prefer over this one. So I'm going to declutter. Next, we have the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. Now, this just came back for a limited time, I believe. e.l.f. released it again, but I believe it's only limited edition. So I'm going to keep this because it's my only one, and I didn't buy any when they relaunched because they sold out like right away. I don't know if I love this primer though. Like I feel like I did used to really like it, but I don't know if I'm like in love with it anymore. But I still do want to keep it just because it is my last one and I want to keep using it and see if I can form like a solid opinion on it, because I feel like sometimes it works good and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm not sure. I just got to figure out which products it actually works well with, like which foundations and stuff, because I feel like sometimes it can get a little like patchy. So I don't know, but I'm going to keep this one for now. Then we have this Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. I actually really like this one. It's just a really nice hydrating primer, so I'm going to keep. Another kind of gripping primer from e.l.f. This is the Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. This was also a limited edition, so I do want to keep it, although I'm not sure how I feel about it. I've only tried it like a few times, I feel like, and a couple times that I used it, it didn't work well with my foundation, so I don't know what it is with like gripping primers. I feel like I have a hard time getting them to work for me, but I always want to give them another chance, and because this one's limited edition, I do want to keep it. We have this Pixie Vitamin C Priming Oil. I haven't used this very much, as you can see, and I actually do like priming oils. I feel like they are very nourishing and hydrating for the skin, so I do want to keep this one because it also has vitamin C in it, which is really good for brightening the skin. So yeah, I'm gonna keep. We have this Cover FX Gripping Primer. I'm gonna keep this one as well. I've only used it like maybe twice, so I'm not really sure my thoughts on it. So I do want to keep it and see if I like it or not. If I don't end up liking it, I'll declutter it in my next declutter. We have the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with Niacinamide. This one I'm going to keep. This one I actually do really like. Next we have the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I really love this one. This is a really good smoothing primer, so I'm gonna keep. We have Grown Alchemist. This is the Anti-Pollution Primer. I feel like I've only tried this one once, so I do want to keep it so I can use it some more to get my full thoughts on it. Next, we have this Bite Beauty Change Maker Skin Optimizing Primer. So I do like this one the few times that I've tried it. I feel like this one's kind of on the chopping block just because the brand is no longer a brand. So I don't know if I want to keep it because I'm really not going to be using it in any content because it is discontinued. So I don't know. I feel like I'm going to put this one in the maybe pile. Next, we have this CoverGirl Priming Glow Mist. I do like this. I feel like this gives a really nice hydrated glow to the skin. And I don't really have many like priming mists or mists in general, so I do want to keep this one. Next, we have the Dr. Brandt Backlight Primer. I don't know why it's not focusing. But this is, yeah, it's a priming, blurring, and glowy primer. Again, I've only used this one a couple times, so I do want to keep. Then we have the One Size Secure the Blur. This is a really nice primer. It's very smoothing and blurring, so I want to keep. Next, we have this Pixie Flawless Beauty Primer. I actually do kind of like this one. It's a nice glowy hydrating primer, so I'm gonna keep it for now. Next, we have this Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the Skin Perfecting Oil Primer. I actually really like this. This is like super hydrating, gives a really nice glow to the skin, and just gives you like a really nice base for your foundation. So I do want to keep this one as well. I only have, I think, 2 oil primers, so I want to keep both of them. Next, we have the Farsali Skin Tune Blur Perfecting Primer Serum. This one I am going to declutter. It's very old, and the dropper on it is actually broken. Like, you can't get any product into the dropper to actually apply to your face, so it's kind of difficult to use because you have to like dump it out. So I'm just going to declutter it because I already have a lot of like blurring primers. And this one is super old as well, so we're gonna declutter. Then we have this one from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the Skin Perfecting Blurring Tint. Now this I feel like didn't really do anything for my skin. It does offer a tiny bit of a blur, but I have way better blurring primers in my collection, so I'm gonna declutter. Then we have this one from Becca. This is the Skin Love Brighten and Blur Primer. This one is getting decluttered. It is so old. I feel like it's at least 4 years old at this point. And Becca is no longer a brand, so yeah, I feel like this is way past expiry, so we are going to declutter. Then we have this one from LYS. This is the Secure Skin Gripping Serum Primer. I actually like this one the couple times I used it. And I don't have many products from LYS, so I do want to keep. This is one of my favorite primers ever from Ole Henriksen. It's the Banana Bright Face Primer. Such a beautiful glowy primer, so I'm gonna keep. Then we have a bunch of minis, which I'm gonna keep all of them because they are really good for travel, and I mean, they don't take long to use up. I feel like these 2 here are almost empty, so yeah, I'm gonna keep all of them. We have this one from NARS. It's the Pore and Shine Control Primer. This is actually a discontinued product, but I really do like how it keeps my skin so matte, and it also blurs the pores really well, so I do want to keep. Another really good smoothing and blurring primer is this Too Faced Primed and Poreless. This one's actually really old and it is discontinued as well, but I love it so much, so I think I'm gonna keep. This one from Tula I haven't even used yet. It's the Brighten Up Smoothing Primer Gel, so I'm gonna keep so that I can test it out. This one from Touch in Soul, it's the Icy Sherbet Primer. This one I've only used like a couple times and I do really like it so far, so I want to keep testing it out. Okay, and then the rest of these I am going to keep except for this one from Touch in Soul. This is the Pretty Fitter Glassy Skin Balm. I'm almost through this, but I think it's expired now. It's like really old, so I feel like I'm just gonna get rid of it. But the rest of these I do want to keep because I haven't really used them much or at all. So yeah, I mean, this one I have used quite a bit, but I really love this one, and I just got the liquid version of it. So this is new, this is new, this is new. These 3 I have like only used like once. Same with this one, I've only used a couple times. So yeah, I want to keep all of the rest. Okay, so this is my declutter pile. So we have 5 primers I'm decluttering. I kept 33. And then we have this one from Bite Beauty, which I couldn't decide on before. So I think I'm going to keep it for now. I don't know. I just feel like I haven't used it much, so I do want to give it a fair chance. So I'll keep this one, making it 34 and decluttering 5. Okay, moving on to foundations. Now this category, I know there's going to be quite a few that I'm decluttering. So let's start off with this one here from Pure Cosmetics. This is the 4-in-1 Tinted Moisturizer. I absolutely love this product. It is so beautiful on the skin. It's so lightweight. I love it for summertime because it does have the SPF in it as well. This one is expiring like at the end of this month, so I'm gonna keep it for now and use it until, you know, the end of the month or maybe next month, and then I will have to declutter it, but I am keeping it for now. Then we have this L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. This is one of my favorite foundations ever, so definitely keeping. Then we have this Maybelline Super Stay Hybrid Powder Foundation. I think I've only used this once, so I do want to keep it for now just to see if I really like it or not, because I've only used it once and I can't really remember my thoughts. I think I was kind of like on the fence about it, so I do want to keep it, test it out a bit more, and then I will decide later. This powder foundation from e.l.f. I am going to declutter. This is the Camo Powder Foundation. I had the shade Light 210N. It's a little bit too dark for me and it just doesn't hold up on my skin. Like, I just look oily and gross at the end of the day, which is weird because it's a powder foundation, but it just doesn't hold up. Like, it does get oily, so I'm gonna declutter. Also, it is the wrong shade for me, so yeah, it's just like an easy declutter. Next, we have this one from Cover FX. It is the Power Play foundation. Now, I believe they just reformulated this foundation, so this is the old formula, but I do like it so far. I've only used it a couple times, so I do want to keep. This one from Danessa Myricks, the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. I just recently got this and I absolutely love it, so I'm definitely keeping. Then we have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation, another favorite of mine from the drugstore, definitely keeping. And then we have the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I have a mini and I also have a full size that's brand new, so I'm gonna be keeping both of these because this is one of my favorite foundations. Okay, then we have the Too Faced Born This Way Matte Foundation, another favorite. It is just a beautiful full coverage matte foundation that lasts all day on the skin, so definitely keeping. Then we have the Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter matte foundation. As you can see, I'm almost done. There's like a quarter left of the bottle. I love this foundation, so I'm gonna keep it and use it up. This one from e.l.f. I'm going to declutter. This is the Camo CC Cream. This just didn't work for me. It looks really good when you first apply it, but by the end of the day, like, my makeup just looked terrible. It would like separate on my chin and like around my nose and stuff. So we're gonna get rid of her. Same thing with this NYX Bare With Me Blur Foundation. It just doesn't hold up on my skin. It's really dry and it would just separate at the end of the day and just look cakey, so declutter. I'm also going to declutter this one from Physicians Formula. This is the Butter Believe It Foundation and Concealer. I just feel like this one's too heavy feeling on my skin and I feel like it didn't really hold up that well either, so I'm gonna declutter. This one from Maybelline is super old and it's almost gone, so I'm just gonna get rid of it because I'm pretty sure it's expired. Next we have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I actually do like this one, so I'm gonna keep. This one from Bite Beauty. This is the Changemaker Micellar Foundation. I don't like how this feels on my skin. It makes my skin feel very dry and it doesn't hold up, so we're gonna declutter. Then we have this one from Makeup Revolution. It's the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. This is my wrong shade anyway, but I'm pretty sure it's expired because it's starting to smell really weird, so we're gonna declutter. And then lastly, we have this one from ColourPop. It's the No Filter Foundation. Even though this is discontinued, this was one of my favorite foundations, so I want to keep it and use it up. All right, this is my declutter pile, so I am getting rid of 7 and I am keeping 12. I forgot about these two. They were in a different area in my makeup room, so I totally missed them, but they are both new to my collection, so I'm going to be keeping both. So that gives me a total of 14 foundations. Okay, next up we have concealers. Another category that I am decluttering quite a few. So starting off with this one from Jaclyn Cosmetics. Now, I don't like this as a concealer. I think it's terrible as a concealer, but I actually started using it as an eye base and it works really well, so I'm gonna keep it for that. Then we have the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I love this one. This is such a good hydrating concealer, so I'm gonna keep. This one from Makeup Revolution is a declutter. It started to smell really weird, so I'm pretty sure it's expired, so getting rid of. This one I'm also going to declutter, although I love it, but it is getting so old at this point, so I feel like it's time to toss. Another expired concealer, this one from Dose of Colors. As you can see, like, the color is changing on it and it smells really bad, so we're gonna toss. Then we have this one from ColourPop. This is the No Filter Concealer. This is their old formula. I don't even know if they make these anymore. I got the white one for like an eye base, but as you can see, it is very old and crusty looking, so we're gonna declutter. This one from Item Beauty, I actually never got to use. Now, I know Item Beauty is no longer a brand, but I got this on the Ipsy shop a while back when they still had Item Beauty products for sale. And when I went to use it for the first time, look at how disgusting this looks. Like, can you see how, like, caked that looks? It's like dried up and just nasty. It smells weird. So I never even got to use this, but I'm gonna be obviously throwing it away because clearly there's something wrong with it. These two concealers are new to my collection, so I'm gonna be keeping. I have another One Size concealer. This one's in a different shade than the previous one, and I do really love this formula, so I'm gonna keep. This one's also fairly new to my collection. It's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. This is in the Viral Pink shade, so I'm definitely keeping. How cute is this little Tarte concealer? This is just like a little mini trial size. I love this concealer, so I'm gonna use it up. Then we have this one from LA Girl. It's the Pro Conceal HD High Definition Concealer. Their shades are so weird. This is the shade Porcelain, but it's like really dark for a porcelain shade. Like this is almost darker than my actual skin tone. It's very yellow based, so I don't know. I feel like the formula is okay though. It's like very full coverage, which I like. So I'm going to keep it for now. And then we have two from Morphe. We have the Filter Effect Soft Radiance Concealer. This one's a newer one to my collection, so I'm going to keep. And then I also have their older Fluidity concealer, which is now discontinued, but I love this formula, so I'm gonna keep. Okay, here's my declutter pile. So I'm decluttering 5. All of these are going in the garbage because they're all expired, and I am keeping 12. All right, moving on to setting powders. So I think I'm just gonna go through the ones that I'm gonna declutter because I'm gonna be keeping most of these. So the ones I'm going to declutter are the Real Her Set Your Goal Blurring Veil. Now the reason why I want to declutter this one is just because the shade is just off. Like it's too dark for me, and it's like more of a shimmery kind of setting powder, which I don't really love like shimmery setting powders, so we're gonna declutter. Also going to be decluttering this one from Pure Cosmetics. As you can see, it's very well used. It's actually expired, so expired in May, so we're gonna declutter. I'm also gonna be decluttering this one from Bite Beauty. This is the Changemaker Flexible Coverage Pressed Powder in the shade Light 2. I feel like this is an okay powder. Like, I don't hate it. It's just I have other ones in my collection I prefer over this one, and I don't really like using this one under the eyes, which is what I typically like using a pressed setting powder for, is just to set under the eyes, and this shade just doesn't work for me to do that. So yeah, we're gonna declutter. I feel like the rest of these I am going to keep just because I either love them or I haven't had like a fair chance to try them. So I do want to, you know, be able to test some of them out a bit more just to get my full thoughts. I feel like if anything, I might declutter this Ophir one soon just because the shade looks a little like dark for me, but I haven't really used this yet. I think I only tried it maybe once and it's been a long time. So I do need to try this out again and just see what my thoughts are on it. I may end up decluttering it pretty soon, but I am going to keep it for now. All right, so here's my declutter pile. I am getting rid of 3 and I am keeping 16. All right, and then the last category for this video is setting sprays. So these are all of my setting sprays. I'm going to be keeping most of these, just a heads up. So first we have this one from Fenty Beauty. This isn't really a setting spray, it's more of a makeup refreshing mist. That's what it's actually called. It's the What to Do Makeup Refreshing Mist. I don't know why my camera's not focusing. There we go. And I really, really love this. It's actually discontinued now, I believe, but I want to keep it. This is new to my collection. I just got it in my Ipsy bag this month, so I'm going to keep. Definitely going to be keeping both of these. This is one of my favorite setting sprays of all time. It just makes your makeup last forever. And these are both travel sizes, so I like to have these mini ones for traveling. Now, some of these are in boxes, as you can see, because I haven't really used them. So I just have them like still in their original package. This one from Toy Factory, this is the Super Set Hyaluronic Acid Setting Spray. I think I only tried this one once, so I do want to keep it and test it out some more. Then we have this one from Ciate London, the Watermelon Burst Setting Spray. I love the smell of this one. It smells so good, so I want to keep this one for summertime. I have this one from Dear Midnight. I don't know, I've never really heard of this brand before. I don't even think I've used this, so I might declutter or like put in a giveaway because I think it's still brand new. Then we have this one from Pacifica. This is the Glow Baby Brightening Setting Mist. It has SPF 45 in it, which is so nice. It also has vitamin C. So I do want to keep this just because it's nice to have like a spray on SPF in your collection, so that way you can still apply SPF after you've done your makeup. But I will say this does burn the eyes. I've only tried it like I think twice, and both times it burned my eyes like really bad. So I don't know if that's just me or if that's like normal, but yeah, I don't love that. But I'm still gonna keep it. Then we have this one from Tarte. This is the Maracuya Miracle Mist. I absolutely love this one. It's super hydrating and it has a very fine mist. So I love this one and definitely keeping. Then we have this one from Smashbox. This is the Photo Finish Setting Spray. I like this one. I'm gonna keep the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Set. This is a really nice dewy setting spray, so I want to keep. Then we have the MAC Fix Plus. I feel like this is just a must-have in every makeup collection. It's such an iconic setting spray, so I'm definitely keeping. We have this one from Tarte. This is a nice little mini, again, for travel, and I do really like this one, so I'm gonna keep. This one from Maybelline, this glass spray, I'm gonna declutter. It just is way too dewy for me. It honestly makes my skin look very oily and greasy and just not cute, so I don't like this and I'm gonna declutter. This one, however, the Lasting Fix from Maybelline is a really good drugstore alternative to like the Urban Decay all-nighter, so I really do love this one and I'm gonna keep. Then this one from ColourPop, this is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Spray. This one just doesn't really do anything as far as like setting your makeup. I don't know, I just didn't really care for it that much, and I think it's expired because I've had this for like years now, so I'm gonna declutter. And then lastly, we have the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury. This is such a good setting spray, absolutely love this one, so definitely gonna keep. Okay, so I'm decluttering 3 setting sprays and I am keeping 14. So here's my entire declutter pile. I feel like I did pretty good. I definitely have more decluttering to do. I'm going to be doing another video decluttering some other categories. I have to do like blushes, bronzers, highlights, and lips, stuff like that. And then I do want to do an eyeshadow palette declutter as well soon, so stay tuned for that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!